Hello, this is a tutorial on how to bring back missing sounds to your custom levels for Apes Exoddus. For example, let's say that you have a modified level uh, and you added something that wasn't in the level before, like in Necrom you have added sligs or paramites and they just have no sound. I'm gonna show you how to fix that. So let me just quickly demonstrate. I've got a modified Necrom level, which has a brew machine added. As you can hear, there's just no sound to it. So let's get to fixing that. What you need to do is to go to your game folder and unpack the level. If you have it already unpacked, then you just can skip this step. But here I have Necrom. I'm gonna unpack it. And since I'm gonna need to grab the sounds from somewhere, I'm gonna also unpack Fico level, which has brew machines. So there, unpacked. We're gonna open the Necrom. You can sort by type to make it easier on yourself. And open Necrom VH and Necrom VB. Open it in a hex editor and go back to Fico and also take Fico VH and Fico VB. And for the VB files, I'm gonna change the bytes per row value to 12. And in Fico VB, I'm gonna do the same. And I'm also gonna open a sound list for the game, which has program hex and note hex values stored in it. It has most of the sounds used by the game listed in here. So if you're missing anything, you just can just glance over this list and you're gonna use those values to find the records you need to copy from the original level to your customized level. So here, we're gonna search for brew. And as you can see, we have a brew machine use start, use mid, use empty, and use end, which is 4 sounds. So here, I'm gonna need program 1, note 33. So let's go to Fico VH. Let's scroll down to tone definitions. This is the tone definition section. It begins from 820 and it just basically goes to the end of the file. And before that, we have program definitions. And the first row is the file header, which we are gonna need to modify later too. In Necrom, of course. But here we're gonna look for program 1. The program values are stored in the column 14, which is this one. You can easily identify it by just seeing multiple rows with the same value. Like you can see here, we have 1, 1, 1, 1, 1 going up. Next we can see 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, and so on. So here we have program 1. And now we need to look for the note 33. Notes are specified in the column 6 and 7 in the 32 bytes per row view. And here we have 33. program 1, node 33. So I'm gonna copy that to a new view. I'm just gonna quickly change the color so you can see it easier. Give me a second. Let's say aqua. Okay, it should be easier to see. And now we go back to VH and we need brew machine use mid, which is program 1, node 34. And program 1, node 34, we take the entire row and copy it over to our new tab. And now we go looking for node 39, which is here. Copy it over. And now brew machine use end, which is node 56, which is right here. We take this row, copy it to the new file, and now we can go to our custom level file. We scroll down looking for program 1. Here it is, column 14, and we look for empty rows. You can easily spot them by just basically noticing a lot of zeros on the left side. Those are our empty rows of program 1. So we are gonna copy our records. We have 4 records, which means we need to select 4 empty ones and paste. And now we need to scroll up to the first row of the file, and after EEEE values, we have a number of programs in the file, number of tones in the file, and number of wave or sounds in the entire file. So we're gonna see that we have B0 here. This is the number of sounds. And what we need to do is to take the first of the rows and give it the same number as in the first row of sounds, and we need to add 1 to it. So B0 plus 1 is B1. The next one is gonna be B2, next one B3, and B4. And then what we need to do is to update this value to the B4 as well for the max number of sounds we have. Here we have number of tones, and since we added 4 records here in the tone section, we need to update this by adding 4 as well. So C2 plus 4 is C6. And now I'm also gonna mention the number of programs. So there are gonna be cases when the program you need to paste into just will not exist. So let's say, for example, there's just entire program 1 missing from the file, and you can see it goes over from 0 to 2. And if you just cannot find the program you're looking for, you need to add it yourself by just taking any empty row and pasting it 16 times and modifying the program number to 1, and then pasting your rows copied from the other level onto the newly made rows you added. And then once you do that, you obviously need to add 1 to this value, so that would be 23. But we actually don't need to do that in this case, so I'm just not gonna bother. So we have modified program 1, which also means we need to go to the program definitions. And for now, to make it easier, I'm gonna switch to 16 bytes per row view. And in this mode, in this view of 16 bytes, the third line defines the 0th program. This one defines first one, second one, third one, and so on. So what we are gonna do is take the first program's record, which is this one. This is the 0th one. This is the first one. And the first value in here of this entire record is the number of tones inside that program. And we need to modify it by adding 4 because we added 4 new tones. So to not make a mistake, I'm gonna open a programmer's calculator. I'm gonna type in 8, switch to decimal, add 4 because we added 4 new tones, and here the result is C in hex. So here we are gonna type in 0C, and that is basically everything we have to do in the VH file. Now I saved the file because that's all we have to do. Now we can switch over to the VB, and what we have to do is copy the records defined by this sound ID value in the VH records, I mean the tone definitions from FICO, because we copied the records from FICO, so we need to take from FICO VB as well. We need to look for those records and copy them to our modified level VB. So first we're gonna do the first record, which is 85. This is the program number, this is the sound ID. So what we need to do is to type in this sound ID, but with -1. So 85 minus 84 is 85 minus 1 is 84. And then we have to switch to decimal mode and multiply that by 12. Why 12? Because 12 is the length of one record in this file. So we are doing it just to find it much easier. So we have 84 times 12. And this is hex value 630. So we go to the VB. We go to offset 630 in offset from begin. And here we have selected the first record. And since the next record is basically just the same number but +1, we can just take 2 rows at the same time. So I'm gonna do it. Copy and paste to the end of Nicrom. And now we take this, which is D decimal times 12, which is 9C. We go to FICO VB, go to 9C, and we copy the selected record to Necrom VB. And now the last one, 89, Oh wait, I actually forgot to subtract 1 from it, so let me correct that mistake quickly. D minus 1 is C, so C times 12 is 90. I'm gonna take this one instead and replace this one I just added. Okay, and now last one is 89 in hex multiplied in decimal by 12, which is 66C. Oh wait, I did that mistake again. Wait, it should be 88 because we need to subtract 1 from it. 88 times 12, 660. Go to 660. Here we have the selected row. Copy, paste to our custom level, and that's it. Since we only had 4 rows, we added 4 rows in the VB as well. And now we can save this file and see if it works, because that's basically it. So now I'm gonna use my packing script. You can use whatever tool you have on hand to pack your levels. I'm gonna just use mine, pack, and let's see if it works in game.
Hello. Okay.
And moment of truth. There we go, it works. Okay, so I'm gonna obviously put the spreadsheet I'm using that I made in the description of the video. And if you notice any sound missing that you need, let me know in the comments. I'm gonna add the missing records and respond to you. And that's it. Happy modding. See ya.